Y'all, I was just on the phone trying to place my order. I was trying to place my order. It was like I have been ordering the same few items over and over again. The same few items, but we have to talk. We have to talk. We have to talk. It is, I come with such sadness because I'm gonna wait for some of y'all to get up in here. Let me do my part. Let me do my part because y'all like, read please. Let me do my part. I told y'all I'm an equal opportunist. I do not stand one over another. If the Republicans do something exceptionally well, we'll talk about it. If the Democrats do something exceptionally well, we'll talk about it. But right now, we're going to drag the weak Democratic Party. And I'm going to give my thoughts on that. We're going to definitely be talking about Miss Kim Davis, honey. The gays keep their rights. Shout out to the LGBTQ community. Shout out up to the Rainbow Coalition. They won at the highest level of the Supreme Court against Miss Kim Davis, honey. And I know she's pissed. I know she's pissed. I know she is pissed. We have so much to talk about. Vivek Ramaswamy being told he is not white. Baby, we gotta talk about it. We're gonna talk about the hateful eight. Okay. The hateful eight and just my thoughts. Because, yeah. And I forgot to mention AI is failing yesterday because we were doing in-depth educational videos so y'all can see it. You know, seeing is believing. I know everybody is not the same type of learner. There's multiple type of learners out there. There's visual learners, there's those who can hear it and they can learn, and then there's I forget. I'm not a teacher, but there's the visual learners, there's the hearing learners, and then there's the combination, and it's something else. But a lot of people are visual learners, and when they say visual, they have to see it visually. It means taken down like to the lowest level so that they can grasp it and understand it. That does not mean you're not smart. That does not mean your intellect is lacking. It just means this is how you digest information. And I feel it is my responsibility as a creative to the Bay Squad to bring it to you raw and uncut so that way you can share it out. Ooh. So let's get into it, Bay Squad. So hey, Couture Bays, it's your girl Britt Brat going live with the Retalk. Hey, Bay Squad, we gotta talk. Now, before we get started, let's like, comment, and subscribe. Tap that notification bell so you can get all the updates and alerts. And remember, opinions are not facts. Everything we say here is allegedly and for entertainment purposes solely. So sit back, relax, sip you some apple juice or my favorite vegan water, and let's get into the mess. How you can like this video is by double tapping the screen. If you don't have that capability, hitting those three dots right there. You see those three dots? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Share if you care. Subscribe if you like the vibe. How you can engage with this video is these three dots right here. This is how you can hype up the video. This is how you can send a monetary donation. This is how you can become a member. That being said, opinions are not facts, and let's get into the mess, shall we? So the reason we're going live just a little bit later than we normally do, it is Money Making Monday. I know tomorrow is Veterans Day. I hope y'all are having a beautiful, prosperous Money Making Monday. But I told y'all, we are here to talk not only about the mess, but we have to talk about what is going on that affects a lot of us, and that is what politics, all of that. I told y'all I am not a fan of nobody in Congress because the congressional people work for who? Us. The congressional people work for who? Us. We are not in a dictatorship. A lot of you are confused about that. I don't know why. We're not in a dictatorship. So thank God we're in a democracy. This is what our founding fathers fought for. So we have to fight back. And if you're not willing to fight back, so be it. That's your God-given right. But I'm not subscribing to the ideology that there's nothing we could do. What? Yeah, okay. The people who say there's nothing that we can do, those are the baby boomers. But let's talk about Michael Jackson real fast. Let me see who's up in the chat. Hey, Clutching My Pearls. Hey, Barry. What is going on? Hello. Hey, Diabla. Yes, Diabla, I'm disgusted with the entire system, and we are going to dog walk them because they want to be dog walked. You know, I feel it's the perfect time, okay? I feel it's the perfect time. But let's talk about Michael Jackson, Sally. So I told y'all I seen the trailer for Michael Jackson, and I can't wait for April 24th. I will be there. I will be seated. I will be present. I am a huge Michael Jackson fan. I love everything about him. When I say I love everything about him. I cried when he passed away, and I'm talking about boohoo cried because we were going to go see him in London. He is like the epitome of music, discography, business. He is the man. A lot of people like to tie him to things he was never convicted of and to allude that he's some type of predator. I will never allow y'all to say he's a predator when the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover's FBI, could not find anything that tied him to being a child predator, a Pedialyte at the bus stop. I'm happy for this movie. We already have the Michael Jackson impersonator mad because Jafar is going to be playing his uncle. Let him be mad. Why would the Jackson family allow an outsider to portray the highest of the Jacksons? Michael, please. Billionaire Mike. I want to be like Mike. When I see people out here comparing artists of our time to the Michael Jackson, the king of pop, I just sit back and say they have no idea. I remember watching people pass out because he looked at them. I remember seeing people fall out because he was in the same arena as them. I'm a huge Lakers fan. Do y'all forget when they talked about how they had to shut the basketball game down because the people weren't even watching? They were hyper fixated on Michael Jackson. Until one of these pop stars, rap stars, rock stars are on that level, please be for real. Until somebody passes away from just the sheer presence of Michael Jackson, then come to me. Until somebody breaks out and start crying, and I'm talking men and women, you can never compare any artist. No artist on the face of the planet can compare to Michael Jackson. The Michael Jackson. They say lightning strikes in the same spot once in a lifetime. That is once in our lifetime. When we're dead and gone, there will be a new supreme being. He was the supreme being. He said God would give him the ideas and he would get up and fulfill the prophecy. Y'all won't listen to the king. He had drug lords who were snatching bodies, protect him so he can shoot a music video. Y'all have no idea. He never had to pay a hood tax. Never. Michael was good in every hood. The people loved him. The fans loved him. There was people who wanted his money, and that comes with the territory of being great. He freed several of our beloved artists we talk about to this day. He is one of the reasons why we know Tommy Mottola is trash and that what Mariah wrote in her book about him is the truth. He's the one who showed us how to do business in the music business. He owned everybody's catalog. He's the same man when Eminem disrespected him, he bought his masters. Please. You got hoes crying on the internet, talking about they the queen. They ain't bought nobody's masters yet. Fuck out of here. Stop comparing people we deem great to the greatest. Because there is no comparisons. We can't even talk business with Mike. Master P told y'all that. Out here want to compare. You could never. They had the ambulance on standby. The security was on every row waiting because people would pass out. I worked with somebody whose daddy took them to a Michael Jackson concert when they were little. And they got front row seats because someone passed out and they had to evac them up out of there. Y'all will never understand. He's the reason the Super Bowl is what it is. Please. Please. Y'all have no idea. Y'all don't know what fandom, stardom, any of that is like. Been successful since he was a child. Child star turned prodigy. Please. That is American royalty. Put some respect on the Jackson name. Y'all got me confused. Y'all got me aggravated talking about some Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift could never. Until she had people dropping out from sheer exhaustion and excitement just for, didn't even get to see the concert. Just in the concert, waiting and just, oh my God, and then boom. Please. And I went to some of the GOATs concerts. They are not doing that. Not at that level. You could never. Stop the comparisons. Stop the comparisons. Please. All these bitches is his sons. Okay? That's what we need to be saying. I saw everybody get starstruck backstage of Summer Jam when he came through. Everybody's favorite. My mom gave the iconic Thriller jacket. Baby, please. I ain't never copied somebody's move so bad. I was out there. Never. Can you imagine if Michael Jackson was here with it? He would own it. Own it. All he had to do was do this. They would literally want to be dragged by his limousine. Any hood, he's good. He never had to pay a hood tax. Don't y'all ever in your lives fix your mouth to say anything as dumb as that. That is dumb. When they get up here and get the, oh, they're just better than Michael. Better than Michael? And until one of these fans start dying at the concert, please save it. You have no idea. All these hoes is his son. And he's from the lineage of James Brown. Put some respect on his name. He was respected by the best. And when I say the best, I'm talking about the best. I'm talking about Diana, Ross. He had kings and queens and princesses. Please, Michael, sing Dirty Diana. I think it would be best. He had the Broadway girlies. Michael, come to my wedding. You hoes don't even get invited to the places he's been. Nerve, fix your face to talk about somebody. Until they are on that level, I don't think so. That's good. That's GOAT level. Never. Never. Until you get giddy because Michael Jackson likes your song, you could never compare yourself. Never. Okay, Princess Diana too. He was an archangel Michael in the flesh. Even in his grave, they not touching Michael. Period. Black royalty. Okay. Okay, Taylor can't even sing. Ooh. Was in the antique shop like it was Five and Below. Remember, they was like, who's paying for this? And he said, who do you think's paying for it? You think I'm grabbing this just to be grabbing it? Baby, he was out here with people's masters like they was Pokemon cards. Please. Gag the National Enquirer. Yes, he did. Remember when VH1 used to play Michael Jackson videos all day? I do, because I was one of the ones watching them. Remember the movie? This man made a movie about his music videos. A movie. Remember? It was like it was bad. It was the bad one. And it was Smooth Criminal and all that. Yes. That's why I love, do you remember the time when we fell in the... Listen, everything from Michael Jackson is just, it's like that. Light years ahead of his time. That boy was cooking with Crisco. When he died, everybody on the street stopped in motion and broke down. I remember like it was yesterday. You would have thought it was a mannequin challenge. When he went to trial, and the newspapers, even the people who was writing the nastiest things about him, they were like, Michael, we love you, Michael. Please. And he was a kind person. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. I'm getting early tickets. I'm telling y'all, I'm going to be in... I'm going to have to get dressed up for Michael. I ain't never got dressed up for no movie. I'm getting dressed up for a movie. Did I get dressed up for a movie? I'm trying to think. I think I did get dressed up for a movie one time when we went to go see Black Panther. Wakanda. Yes, we did get dressed up for that. We got dressed up for that. And I think it was another movie we got dressed up for. I'm getting dressed up to go see Michael. Yes, I am. I'm going to be in there like this. Just leave me alone. Please. Talking about some Michael Jackson. Anyways, let's get into these politics, pile of tricks, okay? Please like this video. Where do I want to start? Do I want to start with MAGA? No, I want to show y'all that AI is failing. That's what I want to start with. Let me turn the sound up. We got to start with... We gotta start with AI is failing. I told y'all I'm not a fan of AI. I know a lot of people are a fan of AI. I'm not a fan of AI because it's polluting our waters. It's polluting our resources. When I think of AI, I think it's womb envy because they're trying to create something. Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is just a ploy on words because they can't create life. It gives womb envy. The people who want artificial intelligence is the men. I don't know how to prove that, but that's where I'm at that. I told y'all I am a fan of The Matrix. I am the fan of Terminator. I'm a fan of that black woman who created both and spoke very profoundly, eloquently about why she said these things, and it was all tied to AI. I forget the book we read when I was in honors English, where it talked about how AI was going to take over the world and things like that. It wasn't in the form of Terminator. It was just like, when it comes to man and machines, man cannot control these things because it's a foreign entity to them. Right? And I believe the true power is within. And the reason AI is going to fail because women are not leading the charge in creating the AI. And I'm going to, and I'm glad because there's this woman who came and did a whole video. I told y'all, I'm all about educating y'all to the easiest level to understand so it's palatable to you, so you can digest it, so that you're not overwhelmed and saying, well, I didn't know. Bae Squad, you will never be saying I didn't know when it comes to things involving you. They've already written several popular metropolitans of the data centers because it was destroying and polluting the resources the people need, i.e., the water. How do y'all think it's supposed to operate? It needs water. This is why I think it's womb envy. It cannot function without a water source, a clean water source. A baby cannot live in the womb without a clean water source. Get into it. I hope that's not too woke for y'all. I still wish he had children because we don't know who them children are. I wonder if they're gonna put it in there, but I think he was I think Joe Jackson had him what was it called? I think Joe Jackson had him like, I forget the word, but I don't want to say sterilized. I don't want to put that rumor out there, but I think Joe Jackson did something to where something to deal with his voice, his vocal ability. When he was younger, I don't know. Don't quote me. Don't quote me. You know, a lot of this is before my time. I was a fan of the music. I didn't give a damn what Michael was out here doing. I didn't care if he was in Neverland with the goats, the sheeps, and everything else. I just think people just, you already know. You already know. It was a vasectomy. Ooh. And Adriana, I believe that womb envy. Okay. Okay. That's the epitome of getting knocked down 9 times and getting up 10. Ooh. I still. Okay, I saw that. I saw that. Can we get 50 likes, please, and thank you? So when I'm about to play, y'all, I'm going to show you the content creator so that way y'all can see it's not me. Y'all know sharing is caring over here, and I care. I care that y'all are in the know. I'd rather y'all be in the know and then be in the I didn't know. Okay? Come on in, like in that video. Let's go.
What if the government...
Okay, y'all ready? Let's go.
What if the government shutdown financial crisis coincides with the AI bubble popping? Both of these things are being talked about endlessly on my feed, but I don't see anyone making the connection between the two, so I'm going to. Now, before we start, I want to say I'm not an economist, and this take is based purely on vibes. But the stock market is based entirely on vibes, and I do have credentials, so I feel qualified to speculate on this. This might be a long one, so strap in. So 2 things are happening here. First, it's estimated that we are going to lose tens of billions of dollars in GDP due to spending loss from government workers being furloughed and recipients of government assistance programs not having cash to spend in the economy. At the same time, AI companies like OpenAI are saying that they still need billions, potentially in the form of government handouts, to even get close to fulfilling on their promise of artificial superintelligence. But I think at this point, most folks would settle on a product that doesn't rely on producing deepfake porn as a revenue strategy, considering that a recent MIT study found that 95% of companies that have adopted generative AI have not profited from the technology at all. You might be wondering, haven't these tech companies gotten enough money? I think they have. And in reality, they're also just looping the same cash around over and over again between OpenAI, Microsoft, Nvidia, and Oracle. Look at this circle jerk of a graphic. Nonetheless, Sam Altman has already started his press tour to normalize the idea that the government should bail out big tech when the bubble eventually pops.
At some level, when something gets sufficiently huge, whether or not they are on paper, the federal government is kind of the insurer of last resort, as we've seen in various financial crises and insurance companies screwing things up.
Here's the thing, the economy was kind of already tanking before this, and only a small number of companies were keeping the whole ship afloat. Want to guess what they were? If you guessed it, AI companies, you were correct. These 7 companies account for 1/3 of the total value of the S&P 500. They are also responsible for 75% of the market's gains since the AI hype cycle began. To put that into perspective, the AI bubble is 17 times larger than the dot-com bubble and 4 times larger than the housing bubble. It's estimated that a dot-com level fallout would wipe out $20 trillion in wealth for American households. If the companies that buy this technology from big tech continue to feel the pressures of declining consumer spending, it is likely that they will start to cut superfluous costs, like expensive technology that doesn't benefit them in any meaningful way. There are quite a few signals here that we are potentially headed toward the perfect storm of an economic crash out. As a professor, I'm thinking about what this means for universities that are already severely hurting from federal funding cuts to research by the Trump administration. We will likely see the industry funding that keeps engineering schools afloat also dry up, which will send shockwaves through the entire university ecosystem. And that's just one example in one sector of society. The AI apocalypse, it's not going to be robots waking up and killing everyone. It's going to be a financial apocalypse at the hands of capitalists. You might be asking, how should we prepare? If there is a crash and the government rushes to bail out the oligarchs, we should be preparing to organize the class-conscious counter-movement. Think Occupy Wall Street 2.0. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Look at who they're using as the face of these AI artists, and it hasn't been working. Timbaland failed. Then they went and got that black girl. I don't know her name. She's out here with some R&B AI artists. Please. Why would we listen to the R&B artists of the AI when we have R&B artists here, alive, well, thriving, surviving? Don't buy into it. It's failing. I'm just telling y'all what I know. I'm telling y'all what I see. Did y'all not see our beloved president? Him saying that we need a 50-year mortgage from a 30-year mortgage? Listen, I'm not trying to deter y'all from buying a house. But if you're not going to buy it in mainly cash, hold on to your things. Hold on to your things. If I were y'all, I would start looking at my credit and start removing a lot of things immediately. Immediately. Because this AI bubble is coming. I told y'all, I don't use ChatGPT. I don't use any of that. For what? I don't need it. Why would I use it? The AI tools, I told y'all, when it comes to AI, it gives womb envy. They want to replace people with technology, but the literacy rates in America are what? And shout out to the isms. Shout out to the if you not white, you not right group, because baby, if it hadn't been for the poor whites, it would have slipped through the cracks. They have been, because we're going right into Vivek Ramaswamy. If it hadn't been for the if it's not white, it's not right group, some of y'all would be in trouble. And I'm not talking about a little bit, I'm talking about a lot of trouble. So I'm happy they're pushing back. They got a lot of those data centers up out their neighborhoods. Look at all the cities that the president wanted the National Guard to go to. What is so beautiful? What is so profound about these cities? The water sources. The water sources. We've seen crime decrease significantly, and then all of a sudden here comes the National Guard. You got to start thinking with this and not with this. Think with your brain and not with your eyes. Think with your brain, not with your eyes and your mouth. Listen with your ears. Listen, because they're giving it away. They're giving us the clues to the test. They're literally giving us the answers to the test. And some of you are failing. That's why I don't understand why Vivek Ramaswamy wants to run for Senate in Ohio. They're never going to elect you. Never going to elect you. And the fact that Donald Trump said, oh, this is who I want. Here's another candidate that's not going to make it. So now they're going to have to cheat because the people of Ohio said they don't want him. They said, look, you not white. What did Nick Fuentes say? You have the ideologies of India. Since you're so proud and a proud Indian man, go back to India and go make India great. I said, oh my God. Oh my God. Vivek, what are you going to do? They reminded you that you're not white. They said your wife is not white. You're not even a Christian. You're Hindu. Absolutely not. And this is why Nick Fuentes is winning. This is why he's excelling. Please get the likes up. A lot of you need to hear this because a lot of you will be affected by this. Nick Fuentes single-handedly is destroying MAGA. And I love that. I love that. Because if the weak-ass Dems ain't going to do nothing, let the Groypers do something. Because at least they have fight in them. Vivek Ramaswamy is just sitting over there like, oh my God. If they don't like Cash Patel, you think they was going to like you? They talked about you being barefoot in an interview? That triggered them? Child, I don't know what's going on. Polluting the neighborhoods for AI? Yes, it is. He said he would vote for Newsom before Vance. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Nick Fuentes said, plain as day, you're not white. Your wife's not white. You don't have the Christian nationalist principles. I say, my God, today. Speaking of Christian national principles, did y'all see how these churches are acting now that they got exposed for not helping, not being good servants of the Lord? I thought they were being good Christians. They said, how dare you call us with a prank? And I said, what if it's not a prank? There's people who actually called y'all and they had to hear this. Y'all knew people weren't going to get their SNAP benefits. Where do you think they were going to go turn? If you can't turn to the church, who are you supposed to turn to? And a lot of these MAGA churches, Kojic churches, a lot of them are pro-life. Didn't want to do anything. It was nothing but the mosque. The mosque didn't even ask no questions. The black churches was like, hey, where are you? How far are you out? Please get her safe with that baby. But them Christian nationalist churches, the one that Byron Daniels and Tim Scott and them love to pedestalize, oh, they couldn't be bothered. They was like, go to a food bank. I said, oh my God. Then they over there bending like Beckham, making excuses. Well, it's a prank. Da 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 da. No, there's been some people calling you. Hence why that lady decided to call. Because she wanted to know. She was like, I just want to see. And they have a running list. So if you're on TikTok and you would like to see if your church or a church that you go to sporadically is on there, go check it out. I'm here for it. I'm here for the drama. Okay? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all seen it. Put a 2 in the chat if you have not. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all seen it. Put a 2 in the chat if you have not. Yo. The manufactured homes are looking better and better every year. Ooh. Ooh. Real music, real musicians. I've never heard an AI song, and I'm so thankful. I must have my, hey, grown woman, I must have my algorithm set a certain type of way because I have not seen any AI music, AI artists. If something comes up music-wise, I look them up. I don't just like, oh, I gotta, I've always been one who's been anti-AI. I don't even have Alexa in my home. I don't do smart technology. I told y'all I seen iRobot as a child and it transformed my life. I was like, no. No. I forget the other movie. They always use the technology against you. Nuh-uh. I ain't never been a fan. I'm sorry. I get it. There's probably amazing uses for it, but I saw the.
You have to tell your truth.
I saw the movie Tron. I saw the movie Tron, and I was like, There's always someone using it as a weapon. There's people out here trying to use it for good, and then there's that person that want to weaponize it. Absolutely. Enemy of the state. Oh my God. Yes, an eagle eye. Remember when Charlie LaBeouf had to shoot in the technology was ruining their life, baby? No. Will Smith was in all those movies. I Am Legend. He was letting us know. He was letting us know. He was warning us. He was warning us. Okay. Child, if you watch Dune, then you know the weapons. If you watch Dune was giving y'all free game. Dune was giving y'all free game, okay? Now, see, I'm using the technology. I'm talking about AI. This right here, we get this. We're talking about on the scale and the level they're trying to please. Where it's using up your water source. If y'all want to be in the Hunger Games, so be it. So be it. I know where some of you will be. I know where some of you will be. Let's get into these congressional leaders, shall we? These 8-week Dem leaders. Let me make sure I talked about everything correctly. I covered everything. Oh, we can't forget about Kim Davis. Oh, y'all almost made me forget about Kim. Baby, Kim lost in court at the Supreme Court level. Let's get into this article about Miss Kim Davis, honey. She was coming for the gays. So this is Kim Davis, as y'all all know. Boom. Municipal clerk and former Rowan County clerk. Let's get into the news article, because we love a good article. All right, it says, who is Kim Davis? Supreme Court rejects same-sex marriage challenge from Kentucky clerk. Baby, they was coming for the gays, honey. The U.S. Supreme Court has declined to revisit the landmark 2015 ruling that legalized same-sex marriage across the United States. The decision, announced on November 10th today, effectively ends former Kentucky County Clerk Kim Davis' years-long legal battle against this married couple. The case that made marriage equality the law of the land. I don't know how to say the O name, but I know versus Hodges. So OB versus Hodges. Davis, who rose to national fame in 2015 after refusing to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples due to her religious beliefs, had petitioned the High Court to overturn the ruling. Her appeal also aimed at reversing lower court orders requiring her to pay more than $300,000 in damages and legal fees to couples she denied licenses to. Child, can you imagine you work in the county clerk office and this is your job and you're denying it, and now you're in all this immense debt because all you had to do was give these people the opportunity to be happily in love or angrily in divorce. Let's continue. Davis, who rose to national fame, I read that part, okay? To couples denied licenses, okay? Kim Davis, in her Supreme Court appeal, explained Kim served as the clerk of Rowan County, Kentucky, when the Supreme Court legalized same-sex marriage in 2015, citing her apostolic Christian faith. Do y'all think the good Christians are going to help her pay these wages? Because we already know they're not out here giving out no milk or no Pampers or nothing like that. Let's continue. She refused to issue marriage licenses to any couples, gay or straight, to avoid personally approving same-sex unions. Her refusal triggered national outrage, legal challenges, and ultimately a brief stint in jail for contempt of court. So she went to prison, well, jail, over something that was already agreed upon at the Supreme Court level. A federal judge ruled that Davis' actions violated the constitutional rights of couples David Ermolds and David Moore, who were denied marriage licenses. The court awarded the pair $100,000 in damages and later required Davis to pay an additional $260,000 in attorney fees and court costs. So, Davis argued that she acted under her right to religious freedom, but multiple courts rejected that defense, stating that as a public official, she was obligated to uphold the law regardless of personal beliefs. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why would she choose that job knowing her personal beliefs? It's crazy to me. In 2025, Davis' legal team filed an appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court seeking to overturn both the damages ruling and the precedent itself. The justices have ever declined to take the case, leaving intact the nationwide protection for same-sex marriage. The ruling was met with relief from the LGBTQ community advocates and legal scholars who warned that revisiting the issue would reignite a major civil rights battle. The Supreme Court rejection of Kim's petition solidifies the Obey versus Hodge as settled law. While some conservative justices have expressed interest in revisiting certain precedents, as seen in Justice Clarence Thomas' 2022 opinion suggesting the court reconsider rulings on contraception and same-sex relationships. The court's refusal in this case signals an unwillingness to reopen the debate on marriage equality. Child, I told y'all, and I'm so glad it did not go through. Some of you don't even understand this was going to affect heterosexual women too. Please get the likes up. Please get the likes up. I know y'all want to watch football and all that, but baby, we got to talk about these things because this affects us. Women, you are not safe. You are not safe. They want to put y'all in the Handmaid's Tale so bad. It was not just the book. It was not just the show. They want to put y'all in that shit. And they were going to use this court case to do it. Look what the Justice Clarence Thomas said. These baby boomers hate us. The baby boomers hate us. They are proven time after time again they hate us. Look at what they're doing. They're poisoning the food, the water. They want to put you in these abusive situations. They want your children. And y'all think it's a game. Y'all think it's a game. Y'all think it's a game. It's wild. A content creator made me an AI song with my name in it. I haven't been back to her channel since. Creepy. Oh my God. Independence Day. Will Smith versus the aliens. Okay. Okay. Secretary of Treasury is gay. Married to a man and raising a child. That's why SCOTUS ruled in favor for the LGBTQ. Clutching my pearls. Look. Some things we gotta champion now. We gotta champion it now. Look, because if they could overturn that, they was coming after the 19th. I'm telling you, y'all hear it all the time. Y'all don't believe me. This is why we gotta get active. We gotta stop saying, "Oh, politics." I'm just not into politics. Politics ain't into me. If you making money, you need to get into politics. This is why I say you gotta know who the demons are. Look at the demons. Look at these demons. Do any of those demons look like you? If you say yes, look at them. Old and white. Old and white. Baby boomers. Baby boomers. Why? Why on God's green earth with these fools? Let's get into it. Senator Tim Kaine. Senator Dick Durbin. Senator Maggie Hansen. Senator Jackie Rosen. Senator Cortez Mateo. Senator Janine Shaheen. Senator John Fetterman. Senator Angus King. Why would we listen to them? These people are traitors. Vote them out. And I have to say this. The Democrats are so effing weak. And this is why I added Chuck Schumer's picture. Because people will be like, well, Chuck Schumer, he voted. No, he's weak. He should have held the line. He clearly cannot hold the line down at the Senate. We did not get any improvement. We have been on a furlough for 40 days. 40 days, no pay. 40 days, no pay, no benefits, no nothing. And they just now agree, oh, we'll get back pay and all this other stuff. And we got nothing but a promise. A promise. I promise we can vote on it in December. Do y'all really believe that we're going to be voting on it in December? Do y'all believe that? Do you believe that? Because Mike Johnson said this. I didn't agree to any of this because we did what we were supposed to do in September. He's holding the line. He's holding the line for the MAGA and the Republicans. Some of you are like, well, the reason we went into the government shutdown is because of the Democrats. Baby, the Republicans said out the gate. They said back in September, look, if you shut it down, we don't care. We're not budging. Do y'all think they give a that people weren't eating? Do you think they cared about people starving? There's a whole experiment going on where people are deciding to call the churches to see if they're going to do their part, and the churches are failing. They don't care if you can't eat. They don't care if you can't feed your kids. They want you to sell your kids. Some of you ain't picking up what I'm putting down because you think it was so good in the 1950s. Have you lived it? No, you haven't. No, you haven't. And it's baby boomers. Get them hoes up out of there. That's why Nancy Pelosi's ass decided to retire, because she knew we was coming for her. There's a lot of things I like about Nancy Pelosi. I'm not going to sit up here and be a liar and be like, oh, I didn't know. There's a lot of things I like about Nancy Pelosi. But let's not act like she's not part of the problem. These Democrats are part of the problem because they knew they were going to get voted out. They knew they wasn't going to be primaried next year. This is why you should be calling them. You should be on their ass. You should be actively asking them the questions, because a lot of them was letting you starve and y'all was comfortable with starving. Let me find out y'all weak. Let me find out y'all weak. If you weak, just say that. If you weak, just say that. Y'all scared. Y'all scared because they only had their interests at play. Corporations at play. Big corporate giants was like, look, Thanksgiving is around the corner and Christmas. We need this money. They don't need shit. Do y'all really think they're going to revisit healthcare? They don't care if you get sick and die. They want y'all to get sick and die. All they care about is the elite. I keep telling y'all, hey, start getting your houses in order. Start getting your houses in order. Now is the time to start getting your houses in order. If someone is not bringing you peace, you need to cut them out, because when someone is causing you mental strain, emotional strain, physical strain, it does what? It affects your health. Oh, guess what, veterans? Now the big beautiful bill that Marjorie Taylor Greene said yes to. Oh, I didn't read it. Yeah, her. Yeah, big bleached blonde, bad built body, all that, miss. Oh, now I'm trying to reform and let's be nice. She wasn't being nice when she was allowing these things. Now your benefits are going to be coming up in question. Some of you who have been able to get your medicine and all this, and they're talking about, oh, it's being abused. What's being abused is these billionaires with these subsidies and these tax credits with the handout. They're already starting to play. They're already starting to play. How much more money do you need with your broke ass? How much more money do you need? They're not listening. Some of you haven't seen John Q. I watched it as a child. I watched it as an adult. Watching it as an adult hits different. I've always had health insurance. I've always been able to provide my health insurance. I did taxes last year. I told y'all I did taxes last year. I did taxes for my company so that way they could get a tax credit. And I told y'all, nobody is out here just skating by and not doing their part. They have to pay. If they don't have health insurance, they are penalized in their taxes. What part of that don't y'all understand? Y'all always think poor people are getting over, but it's all these rich people who are making it. Why does Jeff Bezos need a tax break? He's billions and billions of dollars in. He pays 1%. You pay more in taxes than he do. What's not clicking? And you money hungry hoes always love to say in a financial crisis, all these millionaires, shut the fuck up. Shut up and start using your brain. What good is the money if you don't have health insurance? What good is the money if the institutes are going to give you a hard time to keep it? What good is the money if you don't understand the games that are being played right before your eyes because you too weak? You too scared to go out there and fight for your rights. Some of you are quitters. Thank God you weren't in yesteryear's past because you're losers. Every time we turn around, you have an excuse to why you don't want to fight for something. Wake up. What kind of spell are you under? They are literally playing with our lives. People who were given things. Set the baby boomers, the silent generation are playing with our lives. Because they feel some type of way. Because they want us to suffer. Because they had to figure it out. And I'm like, what was the purpose of everybody fighting to get somewhere just for us to revert back? Because a corporation is paying their way? Because they're getting money cuts and trips and shit? I could see if you was getting some type of benefits out of it. Y'all aren't getting anything. Is Walmart giving you something? It's Target. It's Apple. No, 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 no. Exactly. Exactly. And I'm like, what is going on? Why are y'all making excuses for these old hoes who don't care if you live or die? Because you don't bring in, I don't know, $5 billion so they can put it in their retirement fund and give it to their children so their children can be the next in line to be in the positions of power. Do y'all not see the grift? Do y'all not see the play? Do y'all not see how Donald Trump is setting up Barron Trump to be next in line in this political arena? He's already playing the game. They are laundering money right before y'all eyes, and y'all think people eating $200 worth of EBT is the problem. People having health insurance. And then y'all are saying the illegal immigrants are the illegal immigrants. I live in San Antonio, Texas. They're paying cash. They're paying cash or they're going back to their home country to get fixed. And then they come back here. And they go to work. The same people who got bailouts are crying right now. The white farmers. Because the black farmers right now are what's keeping the lights on. Someone put in the chat the year of the Great Depression. Put in the chat the year of the Great Depression. And then put in the chat the year of the Harlem Renaissance. Please and thank you. Put it in the chat. Please and thank you. That's why they call them grifters, yo. The Democrats and the Republicans are exactly the same. Don't think they don't play golf together. They definitely playing golf together. That's why all of them are trash. I showed y'all the faces. They knew they was going to be like, I'm going to give in. You know, they got a nice Christmas gift at the behest of big corporations. They weren't thinking about y'all. Vote they asses out. Primary them out. And I'm going to continue to say primary them out because y'all don't understand. It is not a time to just pray and say amen. Get up and get to action. Get to work. Some of you have to live near people 1 second. Okay, y'all can hear me now. Oh, exactly. Thank you. Thank you, Clutching My Pearls. The Harlem Renaissance was going on during the Great Depression. People hate to hear facts, but don't worry, I got something for y'all. I got something for y'all because people hate to hear it. I told y'all I come with proof. I'm not gonna just talk to you. I'm gonna come to you with proof. So hold on. Hold up. Run me the money.
People don't like us. The reason why poor white people don't like us is because of the Great Depression.
I just thought it was because they couldn't read books.
Well, they that neither, but the reason why is their fault. It's 100% their fault. This is why it's their fault. The Great Depression happened. The people who lost their money was typically became white poor. They was upset, but they only lost their money because their money was in the bank. Guess who couldn't put money in their bank?
Black people.
And guess who pretty much put the country on their back? Black people. Because we're the only people who had money. So Cadillac stayed around. Like all these big companies now are literally they sold all the black people love Cadillacs because we were the only people able to buy them.
I actually just saw that like something like George Soros just like has the most amount of liquid cash that he's ever like had in his portfolio because he's looking at what's going on in the country, going like, yeah, we better have some cash around. But because of the racist laws that exist, they were just already ready.
They already had the cash. So it was like when everybody else got hit, it was just like, and black people was already poor.
Right.
So it was just like, oh, we're the...
And they were already self-sustained because they weren't, wow. It's not the story they tell.
No.
The story
no,
they tell
everybody was
that,
hurting.
That FDR decided to go to war and gave everybody jobs again.
No.
Wow.
No, black people was doing just fine. Because it was their fault.
I have been doing this for about a month now. This is the best fact I've learned.
See? And we weren't poor. We was considered poor to them, but we was able to keep the economy afloat. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that ironic? Don't worry. Let me show you what the people are thinking. Because I shared on my thing. I said, let me share with my people.
I think that's always...
Hello, and welcome back. A lot of you all have said, Rashonda, you're not a snowplow when it's raining manure, but you sure know how to clear shit up. And to that I say, thank you. Today we're here to discuss something that a lot of you all are confused about, but I'm here to help. It's really very simple. Let's check the board. Democrats to the front. Immediately, all of you all, right now. Okay? If Johnny already barely had 2 apples, right? And then those get cut off because his SNAP benefits are gone. And then his parents, their health care has ended because they can't afford it. What does little Johnny have now? I'll tell you what, a problem. Because you all are not doing your jobs. Let me tell you something. If your baby's father or your ex promises you, if you won't put me on child support, I'll pay child support without being forced. Even though they have never shown you that they can keep a promise. Why would you trust them? You all are trusting people that Pinky promised you something that has shown you time and time again who they are. These people do not care. They're downright evil. And you are still searching for some kind of moral compass out of people that have shown you they do not care. What was the 40 days and 40 nights for? What was all of this about if you were just gonna cave? It makes no sense. Now the American people have to deal on top of being starved out. Now they will lose their health care benefits because nobody can afford $3 grand a month for health care. It makes no sense. I want you all to understand this. You are dealing with people that do not care. You are dealing with people that have shown you who they are, and you all are choosing not to believe them. You're trying to compromise with adversaries and bullies, and it's not going to work. I need you all to get it together. Thanks. Hello, and welcome back. A lot of you all have said,
And I love that. I love that she said that. Because some of you are so just like, oh, well, they said in December. Child, we're going to be right back in the same situation we were in literally these 40 days January 30th. What do y'all think is going to happen? And Mike Johnson already told us, I didn't agree to that. Those were my terms. We did our job in September. Y'all are delusional. These Democrats are literally banking that MAGA will be so upset that they will vote against their opposition. Baby, all they did was come out with a jingle. And the girls was salsa and merengue down to the polls. I will vote for Donald Trump. Oh, I will vote for Donald Trump. Donald Trump, I will vote. That's how they got the situation they in now. That's why I said I don't give a damn. Not they taking the legal Hispanic. Oh, birth. Oh. You saw what they said to Vivek Ramaswamy. He is an anchor baby. Oh. Some of y'all think it's a game. Y'all aren't mad enough for me.
So if you are a constituent of one of these senators who decided that all these millions of Americans can deal with high premiums, that they're okay with giving money to billionaires, and that something Republicans offered weeks ago, it didn't change, and now you caved. And I'm going to tell you something, people don't want to hear this kind of stuff, but I'm going to tell you anyway. This is why we need diversity in the Senate. There's only 5 black senators. None of them in this list right here. None of them. And a couple of these people are retiring. I think Durbin is retiring. I think maybe Shaheen, maybe King. People are retiring. And Shrek over there, he might just walk away and go to the Republican anyway, because that guy is done. And you know who warned about him? We did. So these little states, Pennsylvania's big, right? But Nevada, New Hampshire, Vermont, why are they making decisions for the whole rest of the country? What a disgrace. And Schumer couldn't hold the line. He couldn't get his party in order. They went over his head. That's how you know his time is passing. People have been on him for a long time. And you know what? This has to be the nail. Get that guy out of there. What an absolute disgrace he is. People run Jeffries. Look, Jeffries held his caucus together over in the House. He held the line. The Senate caved because Chuck Schumer is an ineffective leader. He's not built for this moment. He's not built to go against Republicans and Stephen Miller and Donald Trump. He needs to resign and just get out of the way.
Period.
I'm going to agree with the gentleman from Illinois. It's not a deal. It's an empty promise. It is a banana in the tailpipe. It is Wimpy saying he's going to give him a burger today. He'll pay you Tuesday. It is the okie dokie. And you don't get an excuse, sir, by saying you're going to vote no, as if that's meaningful when your caucus went against you. You couldn't hold the line. You have lost the respect of your team, and you have lost the respect of your constituents and all the rest of us. Get out of the way. They don't deserve polished pictures. This is how they look. Here's the clown brigade right here. Every one of them. And if you are a constituent of them, you need to be calling and emailing them and reaching out to them on social media and let them know how you feel. And I'll just let my own governor have the last word in this. Right there. Pathetic.
It is pathetic. It is pathetic because a pinky promise. Some of you don't understand. They do not care. Y'all don't understand. Let's do numbers, shall we? I've always been good with numbers. 20 million people. 20 million of the billions of people in the world are on the Affordable Health Care Act, which they call Obamacare. Which a lot of people, because my sister works in the medical field, they are losing their because they're like, oh my God, what did we do? We voted against our best interest. And my sister, being the professional she is, she's like, okay, ma'am, so do you want to opt in or do you want to opt out? And she has to break it down to them about their premiums and such because they don't know, because people are intellectually dumb. Don't do no research, just filled with just vitriol. If they don't get it, good. But guess what? You get it. You get it. You get it. Some of these people don't even get a new election until 2028, 2030. By then, people are going to be like, well, you know, MAGA, what's that? Who is MAGA? I told y'all this. We had conversations about this. People are going to be coming online talking about some, I was a MAGA. Yes, you were. I don't forget anybody. I'm not forgetting anybody who thought it was funny to laugh and say people are losing their snap and dancing in the stores and saying, well, I think it's funny. I'm never going to forget you. I'm never going to forget the people who thought it was okay to be like, well, now women have to talk to me now because I got $40 for them. Weird behavior. Anybody who was doing any of this weirdo, I don't know how to talk to women, I hate women, I hate children, they Bible thumpers, but all of a sudden, well, we need to control the snap because they be out here selling they snap. Why do you give a fuck? Y'all love telling poor people or people who are not wealthy what they should be doing with their money. And when they do it right, you have nothing to say when the wealthy, when the rich are just out here being demons. Nothing to say, cute and mute. Oh, wealthy and right. Clock it. Yes. Yes, this is how you wealthy. But they want to write think pieces about how Kris Jenner is having a elite birthday party in the midst of a financial crisis. Last time I checked, Kris Jenner is not a politician. Y'all don't want to do the work. It shows. I've been telling y'all, hey, get your lives in order, get your health in order, because I saw the writing on the wall. They have been mad about the Affordable Health Care Act since President Obama put it in place, which was put in place through Bush. But they hate to say that. They hate to say that. It just went through with President Obama, but Bush was working on that. Because guess what happened? John Q, look up the dates. John Q happened when people could literally change your insurance and keep you paying at the premiums you were paying. And people were like, well, so what was I paying into? And they're like, oh, well, crooks. Did they fix the system? No. Big Pharma has been getting over for decades. Even the rich, Sarah Jessica Parker had to come and say, look, enough is enough. Y'all don't care. Y'all not active enough because you waiting for someone to help you. This is the year nobody is coming to help you. Get rid of those subscriptions. If the subscription is with me, I am more than happy to say, look, if it's a financial burden for you, get rid of it. Get rid of it because I need y'all to be financially astute for what is about to come. Some of you are not prepared. You don't have the money. You literally have 40 days to get your together. Cancel out that debt. Start looking into your credit. See what's on there and get it off there. They're changing the credit laws as we speak. It was a part of Project 2025. Y'all don't listen to shit. Clear that debt. Clear the unnecessary subscriptions. Start getting your health in order. Stop eating all that fast food. It's killing you. Y'all eating poison. You drinking poison. Come on now. I believe in having vices, but you don't need to have the vice every day. Start doing the things yourself. Start going out there to cut your own grass. Plow the snow out your own yard. Start thinking of the future, because guess what? When people are hungry, what do they start doing? They start robbing. Get your minds together. Get them. If people aren't working to be better, get them from you. The easiest way to get sick is to have people siphoning your energy. What is siphoning your energy? Let's go into it, shall we? If someone at your job is causing you heartache and pain, every time you get there, you have an emotional breakdown. You're praying before you even get in there. You can't even be at peace in your own home, your job, etc., etc. You need to cut it from your life, because it affects your what? Your health. Don't get rid of the job if you need the job. That means you need to start cutting some of the stressors out of your life. Stop getting on the phone with people who make you uneasy, unsettling, family that don't get you. You're always crying about some bullshit. Like, you need to be crying about your rights. You getting worked about that does not affect you. If you're in Texas, why do you give a damn what's happening in Maine? If you're in Chicago, why do you give a damn what's happening in Florida? I said this years ago. Use your brain. I am so sick and tired of y'all saying, I'm tired of this. Y'all are not tired because y'all not fighting back. Look at all these baby boomers affecting our livelihood. They don't care. They have shown y'all they don't care. In real time. What are you going to do about it? Y'all are out here taking care of people who can take care of themselves. Cut them off. Learn to say no. Be an adult. Fight for what? When you're sick and you can't afford to pay the bills, what do you think they're coming after next? Use your brain. Don't put that financial burden on your children. Stop being selfish. Clear the debt. Fix it. Stop having babies. Why are you having babies and you can't afford to eat? Don't be dumb. Do not be stupid. Why are you having babies and you don't even know his last name? Don't be stupid. Look around you. Stop getting buddy-buddy with these people at the job who mean you know well. Do your job and go home. You got bigger shit to figure out. You got bigger things to worry about. It's money-making time. Get to making the money and go home. You do not have time to be just out here unless you come from wealth. Unless your husband gave you the soft life and you're going to work just because something to do, enjoy. Your wife does the same, enjoy. If that's not you, it's money-making time. Get to work and go home. Cut them expenses down. You got to start looking. Start writing it down. This is what I'm bringing in. This is what's going out. You have 40 days. Y'all have 40 days. Y'all not listening, though. You're not listening. The one thing I despise is when people's like, oh, I'm doing the work, I'm doing this, and I know they're not doing it. I know they're not doing it. I never have to see somebody to know they're not doing it. That's just the gift I've always been given. I could tell. I could tell when someone is lying. It's easy for me. I don't have to see you. It just lies. And people are like, damn, Bree, how do you know? Lying. I could tell. We no longer have time to be like, oh, they voted for this. Call out the people who are saying, the Marjorie Taylor Greens and them. Call them out, most definitely. But get to work. Because you need to be asking them, what are they doing for you? What is the plan? What is the solution? We have Democrats too weak. This is why MAGA is out here winning, because they're not afraid. They said we don't care if we go into a government shutdown. They were comfortable letting people starve. Look at some of these states. A lot of these Republican states didn't give a damn. They didn't issue out the SNAP. Even though a lot of Democratic states did, they did not issue out the SNAP. They said, look, the president said no. They didn't give a fuck about y'all kids. moral principles, whether they were white or black. Because guess what? Rich people know how to feed their kids. Rich people know how to feed their kids. Rich people can get, they pay a certain amount of money. They can go up there and go meet the people, the movers and the shakers, to get a bill passed in their favor. Miss owner of the Dallas Mavericks, hello. Everything is about money, but y'all want to spend money. Are y'all okay? Well, my kids is going to have a Christmas because they need a... Are you okay? We protested. Bankrupt them. I said it before. Y'all were like, what about the people with their jobs? Bankrupt them. They're not paying them livable wages anyways. Bankrupt them. Stop feeding into the machine. The problem is y'all feed the beast and then want to come cry about it. Do the work. You don't want to do the work. Y'all want to take care of people who mean you no good. Y'all just out here just doing things against your own will and then want to talk about the Hispanics. Please. Give the senators and, give the seniors in your neighborhood rides for the doctors and pharmacies, etc. Yeah, that's how you can, drink clean water and protect your kidneys, Especially the pre-existing conditions. Ooh, companies hate it. The stocks are failing, except Mattel. That's probably because of the holiday, to be honest. Now's the time to buy a couple. Hey, TJ, exactly, Brit Brat. Tell them to book a trip. Don't buy my ish, but a trip and food to eat. Ooh. Listen, I'm fair. I'm fair. What are y'all celebrating? Some of you are going to have family members call you in a matter of a few weeks because they ain't got it. And you're going to give it because you're slow, because you don't know how to say no. 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 Out here taking care of people who mean you no good. Out here eating fast food every day. You see, I didn't say things of where it was partying because some of you don't party every day. I do know what you do. You go out there and you eat the fast food every day, the junk food every day. You eat the fast food and the food, and then go straight to sleep knowing you're supposed to be fasting 4 hours before the bedtime so that way your body can break down the lymphatic cells in your body so that way you can have a functioning brain. That's why a lot of y'all get brain fog. That's why a lot of y'all have ailments, because you're just doing stuff just to do it. You ain't had teeth insurance, teeth look a mess, face look a mess, body is botched, out here just sick and tired, looking homely, toes about to fall off, house a mess. Kids just doing whatever they want to do because you're not taking care of the home front. I'm just working, just get back. You gonna get sick and tired, all right? When that bill comes and then all of a sudden they collected your house. And then they ask you for your children. That's an extreme case, but it's coming. Y'all don't believe nothing. It's coming. They're already trying to lower the age of consent. And the best way to pay off that debt is to give up your child. Bree, where are you getting this from? I read Project 2025. Did you? I'm only buying groceries, nothing else. I know that's right. Please. And check your groceries. Check your groceries, because now you got to do a lot. You can't even trust them. Check the groceries. It's going to come down to the wire. It's going to come down to the wire. What they want is these white women to be high. so they can make these babies that they don't want to take care of. It's a sad sick cycle. History always repeats itself. But those are just my thoughts, babes. What are your thoughts? What are your opinions? I hope you're having a good Monday. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Make sure you take care of yourself, take care of your health. Anything that's causing you harm mentally, spiritually, financially, emotionally, you need to get rid of it. Because guess what? Health insurance went up. And it's going to continue to go up. Y'all heard of that's just $3,000 a month. And that's there. I saw where it was 6 for other people. And that's a family of just 4. Do y'all have $6,000? No, you don't. A lot of you are living paycheck to paycheck. But y'all not ready yet. Y'all not ready. Y'all not going to be ready until your children are in the Hunger Games. But what do I know? Did you see that Walmart bread staying together underwater looking like a... I did, and that's crazy. I did, and that is crazy. And on that note, comment down below. We gotta go. Bye, hoes.